Good evening. Tonight we feature four teams in the news for very different reasons. There's Manchester United versus Arsenal.
Morgan. Oh, Charlton! Oh, a great save by Wilson.
And from the second division, there's Leicester City versus Queen's Park Rangers.
Sjoberg up again, Stringfellow, Brown, Carlin, looked as though he was pushed, Brown again.
Our programme guests are Mike Hughes, player-manager at Yeovil, and Don Revie of Leeds United. Well, let's start with the match of the day, Manchester United versus Arsenal, commentated by Kenneth Wolstenholme.
There's a significant drop in attendance at Old Trafford today because Manchester United, without a win in 5 games, are now being talked about as the fallen idols. But with Arsenal, today's opponents, only inches behind Leeds at the top, the United faithful at the Stretford end, and they're certainly here in force, and they believe that this is the day for United to begin the revival. To this end, Wilf McGuinness has reshuffled his side. Back comes Paddy Crerand for the first game since United lost 4-0 at Highbury. Back too comes Willie Morgan, and we're promised that United will be going forward all the time. Arsenal haven't lost one of their last 7 away games, and they're the side very much in form. Compared to the team which drew a Fairs Cup tie in Belgium on Wednesday, McClintock comes back and Roberts reverts to the substitutes bench. As you look at Arsenal's striking trio of Radford, Kennedy and Armstrong, remember they're the First Division's top scorers. Now the match promises many fascinating duels. Pat Crerand on the left, an immaculate passer of the ball, will be trying to come forward all the time. Peter Storey, last season a back 4 player, now a midfield operator, will be there to stop him. On the left, Willie Morgan will be anxious to show that he's still a £100,000 player. On the right, Bob McNabb, the man determined to reduce that value. Tony Dunn on the left has been United's most consistent performer this season. Today he faces his toughest task against George Armstrong, who's playing simply magnificently for Arsenal. Today's referee, Mr. Maurice Fussey of Brentford in Nottinghamshire, man who's refereed the FA Cup semi-final and the Football League Cup semi-final, but never the final of either competition. Arsenal to kick off, facing a wee bit of a breeze, and they're attacking the Stretford end. Arsenal with the light shirts. Graham has turned into a fine midfield player. McClintock. Morgan to number 9, Charlton. Sartori making ground on the left. And here's Crerand. And Crerand in the game right at the start, anxious to do well today. Quite a favourite here at Old Trafford. Storey to Rice. McClintock. And Armstrong to Kennedy. And Rimmer narrowing the angle very well. Sartori to Best. And Dunn filling the gap on the left. Out to Charlton. Bob Wilson was first spotted by Manchester United and actually played 2 games for the United Juniors. Sartori. McNabb covering well, it's Crerand to Best. Oh, he was looking for Charlton, but Charlton had come deep to find a bit of space. But United certainly sharper than Arsenal at the moment. Best. again. Obviously, Wilf McGuinness talking to during the week has worked wonders. And Best certainly coming into Arsenal now, fighting for every ball. Here's George Armstrong. Story racing onto the left. That's George Armstrong. The first time Arsenal really had a menacing look in the whole of the match. Kidd. McClintock there with him. Then Bob McNabb covering well in the Arsenal defence. Graham. Armstrong pushing through that beautiful ball to Samuels. Looking for Radford. And Kennedy. Radford again out, jumping the opposition, and Kennedy is suddenly nipping in when defenders were waiting for the ball. Radford with the throw for Arsenal. Again, it was Armstrong, popping up when nobody expected him. Charlton, another beautiful ball to Morgan. And Armstrong again coming to challenge back to Watson. And Wilson, see the take his eye off that one, he almost dropped it. And that was deflected. I didn't see the deflection, but Mr. Fussy was right there to see it from Samuels. So it's a corner. Radford moving in as the ball is kicked. Stab. Radford, Graham, and a goal scored by McClintock. Arsenal, who brought the ball back in defence, put them all back up in attack.
Nobody can get away with such wretched marking. Notice 5 Arsenal touches. There's Kennedy, and now McNabb, and really no challenge. McNabb to Radford, then Graham, and McClintock coming in on the blind side as the United defence hopelessly at sea, and McClintock all the time in the world to score.
So Frank McClintock, the Arsenal skipper, has put Arsenal 1-0 in the lead after 14 minutes. Watson to Best. Arsenal snatching the goal, and United have been promising some fine things. They were playing really well. Done. Quarter of an hour gone. Arsenal 1-0 in the lead. But causing havoc in the air. Kidd. Best. Lying deep to try and pick up the ball in midfield. Now, Graham across to Samuels. Prairie finding Sartori. Kidd. The 8th Best. Sartori. Prairie. Arsenal's ball. There's no offside there, so it's a case now. Kidd's got the speed. Well, he had to hit it first time, and McClintock just got his foot to it. And it's a corner. Manchester United's first of the match. Arsenal scored from their first. It's McClintock, number 5, the man who gave away the corner. Best to take the corner kick for Manchester United. Oh, very bad one. Radford to Kennedy. 4 men following up quickly so Kennedy could play it back. Armstrong. Armstrong again, that lovely chip Samuels to McNabb. Arsenal certainly look an impressive lot when they're moving forward. Craren trying to direct operations in midfield. That's doing a bit in defence. Giving away a corner kick. The linesman was right on the goal line. Good control by the 3 officials there. Mr. Fussy, who couldn't see, looked straight at his linesman. He was right on the goal line, signalled it was a corner. Fitzpatrick, the little fellow, on the goal line. Oh, another lovely header by Graham. 2-0. 2 corners, 2 goals. After Best had given away a silly corner, see how United are vulnerable in the air. Nobody marking Graham and 2 defenders almost on the line as he heads that ball into the net. So the Stretford end is stunned into silence. Manchester United, who started so brightly, have now given away 2 corners in 6 minutes, and from the corners they've given goals. Significantly, Wilton McGuinness, who began the match sitting in the stand, is now sitting on the touchline. Best to Kidd. Get the pass well off the mark. This is the sort of thing that's likely to knock everything out of Manchester United, sap all their confidence. Kidd can't get away with that. Right into the player's back, must give away a free kick. Number 2, Rice, with the free kick. Samuels to Storm. Samuels. Oh, Kennedy getting the high one again. Morgan forward to Craren. A typical Craren pass to Sartori. Best. Charlton and Arsenal chasing back in defence. Look at George Graham. Rather, little George Armstrong. Number 7. Raced fully 50 yards to get into that bit of action. Simpson. Graham. Strength for Arsenal is that they can score goals from any position. One has come from a back 4 player, second from a midfield player. John Samuels. Oh, it's a lovely chip, and Radford, Graham. Graham within inches of getting goal number 3. Best Charlton to Morgan. And again Morgan was hurried into that by George Armstrong, who suddenly came into the challenge. Ray Kennedy, back to Rice, and Fitzpatrick to United's rescue again. It's made quite a game, is Fitzpatrick. Rice, Kennedy, and it's 3-0. 35 minutes. As Kennedy rises to head this goal, count the 4 flat-footed United defenders. James, Watson, Fitzpatrick and Morgan, all flat-footed as that goal goes in.
So Ray Kennedy has nodded goal number 3. And Rimmer must be screaming out, would it be asking too much for a Christmas present if I could have some cover? Goals to 0. Manchester United trail at home. And when did you last hear this? The Red Devils slow hand-clapped at Old Trafford. Morgan. Watson. Best. Watson. The crowd have given Manchester United already the slow hand clap. Arsenal moving so well off the ball, taking up so many good positions, they look to have about 15 men on the field. Sartori. Kidd. Best, and Best can have another go, and Sartori has scored. Carlo Sartori has scored. 42 minutes, and Sartori has got United's first.
Keep an eye out for number 11 Sartori, the man who's just passed the ball. Now he's running inside as Best, with all his persistence in the world, fights for it. Now here comes Sartori running behind the defence, and as the ball comes across, he's there to nip in between 2 Arsenal defenders and score a fine goal.
So the Stretford end has been woken up from its, not so much from its slumbers, but almost from its state of mourning. So with 3 minutes to go before half-time, that's the position. An unhappy one for Manchester United. At least less unhappy than it was a moment ago. Just hold Manchester United at the moment. It's got them capitalising on that goal they've got. Charlton. Best. Best got no force behind that shot. He knows as well as anybody, United must get another one quickly. Minute to go before half-time. Clintock to Rice. Charlton.
Kidd. Creran moved up with the front runners, but again it's a slow build-up. Number 7, Morgan. Best. Graham. And the whistle goes for half-time with 3-1, Arsenal in the lead, and that's the score and the scorers. Manchester United to kick off, attacking the Stretford end, and the Stretford end looks as if it's going to give it all out support in this second half, and it's an uphill task. 3-1 down, and Arsenal playing so well. So off we go for the second half, perhaps Manchester's toughest half of the season. They were defeated 4-1 at home last week. Now they're trailing 3-1 at home this week. Best. United's trouble has been that their build-up has been far too slow against this very composed Arsenal side. Best. Body check down by McNabb. Free kick to Manchester United. And in appeal for a penalty as Kidd went down. Kidd looking a bit aggrieved, Mr. Fussy looking quite happy. Done. Sartori. Creran. Not a good ball from James. Kidd did well to get that to Creran, but there was Creran signalling that he knows that he made a back pass. Creran made it much too quickly, acknowledging his error. Kidd against Simpson, and Kidd winning it. McNabb quick to recover. Watson to Charlton. His best, he's got he had done square of him. Charlton to Watson. Corner kick. Corner kick to Manchester United at the Stretford end. Charlton to take the corner kick. Fitzpatrick has got up into the penalty box, and Best soared up to that one. Got to him before Wilson. Splendid header by Best. Wilson must have been really shaken by that one. James was timing that header again. Lucky to get the second chance. Samuels. Sartori finding Charlton. Number 10 is Kidd. Creran back to Best. Morgan. And splendid work by Morgan. Brilliant bit of footwork by Willie Morgan, Scottish international, signed from Burnley for £100,000. Seems to get a crack on the head then. Just going over to have a look at him and see he's all right. think Wilson has been hit by something from the crowd. So the police now are standing up to face the Stretford end. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Arsenal still are holding on to this 3-1 lead. Kennedy. This is Samuels, number 8. Rice. Armstrong. Graham to McNabb. Samuels. Graham. He saved it. River saved it. It's a corner. George Armstrong going to take the corner kick. Samuels. Oh, the ball bouncing badly for him as he hit it with that left foot. Sartori. Sartori to Best. From McNabb to Morgan, now to Preren. Best. Uses tight control to get through this defence. Preren. And Wilson was lucky to get away with that, losing it. Rice was on the spot. Had Wilson at full stretch. Clinton letting it clear. Kid on his own, so much up front. James falling into the trap of playing that ball inside, and it's on into Radford. "20 minutes gone, the second half. And that was Samuels unleashing one. John Samuels really hit that one. Charlton, Manchester United, to Kidd, and Morgan, and Charlton. Still Kidd there on his own. Best, Sartori, a goal kick. Brian Kidd having to do so much on his own as he leads this Manchester United attack. The Manchester United team playing in front of the lowest home attendance this season. Preren with the free kick for Manchester United. Manchester United have come forward in the second half. What they need is the lift of a goal, and Sartori tripping Radford then. Rice with the free kick for Arsenal. And in comes Armstrong. Again, good goalkeeping by River, covering the near post, giving Armstrong nothing to shoot at. Perrin to Kidd. Kidd, 5 defenders around him. Has to wait for anyone to come up to help him. For Charlton. And Clintock very quick to come in there. Certainly Manchester United brightening up their performance. United coming forward. Sartori. Throw to Manchester United. Kennedy keeping the ball on his wrong foot to get it away from the defenders. To Radford. Graham. Now Graham beating Best. And Graham looking shocked that he didn't find a man with that pass. A Charlton for United. And Graham trips the referee. Unintentionally, no foul. Sartori to Best. And a fine save by Wilson. Wilson wouldn't have had much time to see that ball. The thing to remember about this game, the onus is on Manchester United to come out. Sartori. Armstrong for Arsenal. Well done, deserve better luck with that. That's Armstrong. Graham to Radford, number 9. And surely Kennedy, no, a fine save by Rimmer. But what on earth was Kennedy doing there? Completely unmarked. Rimmer, a splendid save, but certainly a goalkeeper of his class deserves better covering. There's Rimmer organising his defence. And certainly this Manchester United defence needs a bit of organising. The attendance today, 33,182. 33,182, and that is 10,000 under the next lowest league gate at Old Trafford this season. Number 3 is done. Morgan. Oh, Charlton! Great save by Wilson. That was hit with that full-blooded right foot of Charlton, and what a great save by Wilson. That could have been the goal that United so dearly want. When things are going against you, they keep going against you. You can't expect the breaks. Armstrong to Samuels. Armstrong now to Story. Kennedy, Graham. Oh, inside to McNabb. And again, splendid goalkeeping by Rimmer. 6 yards out of his goal. Narrow the angle. 5 minute running by Bob McNabb, number 3. Well, Arsenal look as if they're chalking up 8 away games without a defeat. It's Best. As Best, he's tried hard enough in the second half, as indeed so many of the United players have. They lost this game in the first half. all over any second now. And it's all over with Arsenal the winners by 3 goals to 1. A game they won in the first half when Manchester United made so many errors. And even though United staged a comeback in this second half, they didn't get that goal they so dearly needed to lift them. And so Manchester United crashed to their second successive home defeat, 4-1 last week, 3-1 this week, and in between, they've even failed to beat Aston Villa in the Football League Cup.
Well, now, in order to summarise this match tonight, we decided to do something different. We invited the player manager of Yeovil, Mike Hughes, who play Arsenal in the third round of the Cup, to express his views on that game.
Well, Mike, you've had your first view of your Cup opponents, Arsenal. When you get back, what are you going to tell your players about them?
Well, I think the first thing, really, we're going to get down to doing is some hard training to match them in the sort of the running, all the running they do. And we've got to try and match them in everything they do, and it's the only chance I think we've got on today's form, especially because they were just one machine. It was all attack, it was defence, everybody was running for each other. It was marvellous to see, and the defence was so tight. It's going to be a job to find a way through it.
Did you spot any weaknesses at all in the Arsenal team on which you might be able to play?
Not really. You know, you couldn't find weaknesses as such, but on the day, you know, one person, one player for one player, it could be different. You know, we might have one player that might be a little bit better, or he might have 1 or 2 chances against an Arsenal player on the day. And that's all we've got to hope for, really.
Manchester United made a lot of defensive errors today and gave Arsenal a lot of room, didn't they? Will you do that on your little pitch at Yeovil?
Well, I hope not. I don't think there'll be as much room for to leave our defenders as much as they left Manchester United defenders today. But really, it was. I thought it was terrible. Manchester United defence, the markings, especially in the 18-yard box, it was terrible. I don't think we could be as bad as that. I hope we won't anyway.
Is there any Arsenal player that stood out to your mind today? Any one individual that you particularly fear?
No, the 11 players are all great players. On today's form, especially, you know, it's just a machine that keeps going. They know exactly what they're going to do. The big fellas up the front take an awful lot of stick, and they're going to be, you know, it's going to be hard to sort of get the ball away from them because they looked about 6 foot wide and 6 foot tall. But as you say, the FA Cup is a different thing altogether, and maybe something will go wrong. We hope so.
Much encouragement there for Arsenal as Yeovil, I would think. Well, now for our second match, it comes from the second division. Leicester City, the league leaders, against Queen's Park Rangers, who dropped several of their senior players yesterday. Commentated by Barry Davis.
Leicester City's third consecutive home match against a team from London, and in spite of their fine performance in the first half of the season, they were only beaten 3 times. They need the points and a hat-trick over London clubs to keep their slim lead at the top of the second division. That's their lineup, powered by what their manager Franco Farrell describes as the mini power of number 4 Kellard and number 10 Carlin. Brown comes back into the side, the number 8 shirt, and Fern is the substitute. The Queen's Park Rangers lineup, much changed. They made all the headlines in the morning papers, in particular with the dropping of their skipper Thierry Venables. They've got youngsters McGovern and Francis wearing the 7 and 11 shirt, and Evans, who's the substitute, is only just 18. The Rangers team skippered by Frank Sibley. He hasn't had the job since the brief reign of Tommy Docherty at Loftus Road, and he's been out of the first team with injury since September. The other skipper, number 3 there, David Nish, he gets married tomorrow, and our congratulations to him. I don't know who's officiating then, but the man officiating at Filbert Street this afternoon, Jim Finney of Hereford. A good-looking crowd for what is traditionally the worst Saturday of the season, the last Saturday before Christmas. And it's Queen's Park Rangers who get us away, looking to end a run of 7 games without a victory. Rangers in the stripes, maroon and black, and the dark shorts. Not a bad ball to Francis to start off. Shilton getting a hand there, and in fact the ball hadn't gone as he thought it had. Yes, it has. He was appealing for it, and Mr. Finney giving the goal kick. This is Stephen Whitworth. Leicester in blue shirts and white shorts. Carlin getting through Busby. Stringfellow. Warm appreciation from the crowd. Stringfellow having to wait a little bit to get it in the position that he wanted. Good run by little Carlin. And this is the other little man, Bobby Kellard. Cross trying to get up at it. Away by Clement. And away for a goal kick. Kellard getting up much better than Busby in spite of lacking a number of inches. Nish waiting for the ball and getting. Brown. Had two rather strange bounces off this pitch. The ball occasionally getting up much higher than the players expect. That's a good ball from Nish to Farrington. Whitworth going like a train outside him. Farrington going like a train himself. Good shot, good stop. Pretty pacey, this boy Farrington. And it was a good right foot shot, well appreciated. Cross. Two back passes and one save when the ball had already gone over the line is Shilton's effort so far. And a long clearance from Shilton. Brown losing it, but getting a corner. But really an example of the length that Peter Shilton can get on these clearances. The ball dropped out of his hands. Really had over 2/3 of the pitch then. Sort of thing we saw in the international match against East Germany. Kellard to curl it in. Sjoberg just outside the 6-yard box, going for it now. Well taken by Parks. He went behind, but the ball didn't. Big, strong, 6'2½". 25 minutes of the match gone. This is Brown. Wants players this side. Finds Kellard. Nish moving out to form an extra man outside him, number 3. Stringfellow on the far post. Brown on the near. Clement who got the header, Saul back. Marsh took the pace off it nicely to find McGovern. Placed it well. Now Marsh again to Saul. Rangers coming out of their shell just a bit. Kellard. Busby. Nish across. This looks interesting. Cross a little bit too long. Busby started it. Farrington. Clement has noticeably tightened up on Farrington. Carlin trying very hard to go both ways at once. Winning the free kick. Whitworth. Farrington giving the attack some width. Marsh. Through Kellard, beautifully played. Pass intended for Saul. Well, Nish looks hurt. Marsh acknowledging it straight away. Carling cross about it. A little bit silly, really. And Jim Finney going to have a word with Marsh. Just sort of stuck out the knee, though quite wide. Wasn't the most intelligent. A little bit of a confrontation going on here. Marsh wanting Jim Finney to come to him, and Jim Finney wanting Marsh to come to him. Well, I think they probably ended slightly in Jim Finney's way. Presumably Jim Finney telling him not to be a silly boy, because that's exactly what that was. Brown gets a second chance off Hunt there. Trying to get it over the head of Clement. Whitworth. Finney has a quick look at his watch, and the free kick to Leicester City. Nish, who's limping a little bit. Kellard. Now Mr. Finney brings to the end a rather curious half, which in a strange way Queen's Park Rangers can have more satisfaction with it, in that they've contained Leicester City and have improved with time. Leicester, with so much of the play, have not been able to get the score that their approach work suggested that they would get. So the half-time situation at Filbert Street, Leicester City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0. A real warning for Leicester City, the way that Queen's Park Rangers came back into the match in the closing stages of the first half. Perhaps another warning for them is the fact that they drew at Hull and Sheffield United and also beat Oxford away from home. So they've done well against the better clubs. And the first 20 minutes of the second half could be vitally important to Leicester. They've got to make their approach work show with goals. Stringfellow getting up. Goal kick. Stringfellow, three of them went up. Stringfellow just got the touch. Marsh off his ear, out of play. Five minutes, and the pattern as before. Leicester with more of the ball, but Rangers looking threatening when they do break away. This is Carlin. Free kick against Clement. Getting the man before the ball from behind. Willie Carlin. Knock on the left ankle. Sjoberg up again. Stringfellow. Brown. Carlin looked as though he was pushed. Brown again. Almost a missed kick, but it's coming away for Rangers. But it looked as though there might have been a push then. Cross. Saul finding Leach. Mike Leach. Watson going up with him. Busby square of him. Saul in the middle. Cross away to Farrington. Francis. Not a particularly good shot. Sibley. Whitworth. Canard looking for somebody. Carlin looks the best bet. And the foul given against Francis. Barrington. Brown. Glover coming in. Well played, Sibley. McGovern keeping it in. Losing out to Carlin and then fouling him. Carlin complaining bitterly. Know what more he wants. He's got the free kick. Referee having words with McGovern. Cross getting up. Well taken by Parks, who's lost it, but is fouled. Lines the flag up, and the referee right there. It's not going to stand. Carlin at the moment feeling it's just not his day. Leach calling for the long one. Just moved offside in spite of being fouled by Sjoberg. Leach playing more forward in this half and certainly posing a threat to Leicester City. Rangers, one feels, started with the intention of a point. Hunt has come across. Ron Hunt hasn't made too many mistakes on his 25th birthday. Brown, Carlin, he's got Glover up there. Leach. Mike Leach come back in defence. Certainly worked hard. Carlin. Corner given away by Busby. All the big fellows up. Stringfellow, Sjoberg, Brown. Stringfellow getting up. Another wrestling match going on. Goalkeeper's got it. Diving right amongst feet. And they weren't very happy that a few feet flew around the goalkeeper. Referee has pulled Sibley away. And Marsh. The referee having words with Stringfellow. I think it was his foot that was flailing around. There's always a smile on Jim Finney's face at the right time, just there, which shows a certain sympathy with the problems of the players, although he makes quite sure he gets what he wants. And I must say all credit to Phil Parkes, the goalkeeper. He really dived through a lot of legs then. Saul. Barrington chasing. Great deal of endeavour from both sides. Saul. Barrington. Glover. Glover's away, brought down from behind by Busby. Mr. Finney chasing Busby. And the book's coming out. Busby going into the book for the second time this season and the second time in 12 months. He had his name taken against Sheffield United on November the 14th and now against Leicester City on December the 19th. 4 in the wall. Cross has gone up on the far side, the left as we look at it. Glover over the top of it, Kellogg over the top. Leach gets it away from about 6 yards. Offside against Barrington. Sjoberg. Nish, but there's no more time. The first time since the first game of the season that Leicester have failed to score at home. The first time they've failed to win since their second home game of the season, and a point which could cost them very dear indeed. Queen's Park Rangers, one feels that they've got the main thing that they came for, and they've certainly found new spirit. A point, as I said, that could well cost Leicester the leadership of the second division in a 0-0 draw at Filbert Street.
In fact, it didn't cost Leicester the leadership of the second division because not one of the top 6 clubs in that league won today. Luton drew at Norwich, and the other 3 clubs in the top 6, that's Hull City, Cardiff and Sheffield United, all lost away from home. Well, now, I'm very pleased to welcome to our programme tonight our special guest, our second guest, in fact, Don Reevy, smiling at us from Leeds United, and smiling too because his club lead the first division. And he's interrupted a party, Don, I think, tonight, haven't you, to be with us? Celebrating already?
Yes, celebrating a really good win, David.
To beat Everton today, away from home, must have been very, very satisfying. You did it with a Jack Charlton goal, didn't you?
Yes, Jack played exceptionally well. I was a little bit doubtful before the match with the bruised toe that he got in training on Thursday morning against Alan Clark. But we stretched his boot and Jack turned out and the ball was played in from Pete Lawrence from a corner kick, knocked across the goal by Mick Jones, and Jack was there to knock it in the net.
With his foot or his head?
His head.
Typical Jack Charlton goal, really, was it?
Yes, very vital one.
Did the side play really well? It was good value for that win.
In the first half, David, I've never seen us play better against a really hard side and a good side, but we played really attacking football and really well. In the second half, they pushed us a bit, but they defended very well. We gave them one chance, which Whittle should possibly have scored with his head, but missed it.
Actually, there were 3 bookings done in this match, weren't there? Was it a dirty match? There was Hunter and Jones, I think, from Leeds, wasn't there, and Whittle from Everton?
This is true, David. It was a hard match, and Everton keeps saying that they want to be allowed to play football. I only wish clubs would allow us to play football, because I think we've tremendous talent and being recognised as so in the country now. But we're not being allowed to play by a lot of sides that we meet.
Actually, John, you've always made the point that you wanted Leeds to be enjoyed as well as respected. Do you think the side is now beginning to be welcomed with affection when it plays away from home?
Well, I think they've... last year we missed 3 trophies, David, and we were very disappointed in doing so, but I felt we gained a lot of friends by the attractive attacking football we're playing. And when people look at our side now, all over the country, there's only Manchester United drawing bigger gates than us away from home. And I think at last they're being recognised as a truly great side, and the players in the side are really great players, and I'm pleased for them that they're being recognised at last.
Don, let's just have a look at the league table, and it makes interesting reading tonight, because you and Arsenal now, 2 points between you, Arsenal with a game in hand, and I think that's a home match against Burnley, in fact, on the calendar. You're now 8 points clear of the third club, and they're 6 points clear, so it's clearly, you'd agree, a 2-horse race now.
I wouldn't agree with this, David. I think that possibly Chelsea or Liverpool or Manchester City, any team below Arsenal and ourselves could possibly hit a good spell when we hit a bad spell and join up and catch us. But as you say, it's a tremendous gap to make up. We've 19 matches left and Arsenal have 20. 67 points, our record that we created 2 years ago, could possibly go by the board this year, but I would settle for 67.
Don, what do you think about Arsenal, who really, let's face it, have emerged in a truly new way this season? The signs were there last season in the European matches, but it's now begun to happen, hasn't it?
Yes, they're a tremendously strong side. They're starting to believe in themselves, very much so. They've 2 tremendous strong fellas in the air in Radford and Kennedy. Armstrong's playing exceptionally well. And everybody in the side is believing, like the great Arsenal side used to do many years ago, that they're there to be beaten.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a very good side to stop them.
Don, thank you very much for coming in. Congratulations on the way the team's been playing. Bye-bye.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much. By the way, next door I can hear Bernard Braden warming up, so I'll have to get off the air. Next week, Barry Davis, as usual, over the Christmas period, will be in the chair while I get to know the children a bit better at home. And now from me, enjoy yourselves and good night.